Amen. Our main focus is in chapter 2. But what I want you to understand there is that there was something that happened in that time with the children of the Israelites. So the Lord came to Prophet Joel. That was from chapter 1. And he started making them to understand that there was actually something they lost. Amen. He was actually talking to the fathers, talking to the people that has been the elders. He was making them understand. He said that what I want you to understand is that there was something God did in the days of their fathers. Are we together right now? Something God did in the days of the elders. It was only the elders that had that experience of that which God did in that time. And that was when the word of the Lord came to Joel in that time, was to make him understand that there was something that actually the Lord actually did in the previous years. And there was a way or a time in which they lost that part. Are we together right now? And that was why the vision or that revelation came to Prophet Joel to make him understand, or to speak to the fathers, to tell their children that this life right now, what you are living, is not actually what has been. There has been something that was existed. There was a move that God did with the fathers that we are not seeing it in these days right now. Are we together right now? And that was why that vision came to him, or that encounter, that revelation came to Prophet Joel. And that was why he was sounding it. He was making the elders to know, say this to your young ones, say this to your children, that this pattern, this way, this move in which they are going, was not from the beginning. And that was the burden that came upon Joel. And so when Joel began to give those words, give those counsel, begin to make his people understand, begin to make those elders understand. And that was why, if you look at the whole of chapter 1, it was all talking about the decadence that's actually been happening in those times. So there was actually something wrong that happened in that time. Are we together right now? I'm building it through a thought pattern. Our main chapter is in chapter 2. But I want you to understand, before we got to chapter 2, there was actually something that happened there. And he said the years that the cankerworm has eaten. So, the years that the caterpillars have eaten, the years that the locusts have eaten. That means years don't just waste. There are things that can eat years, not just waste, they eat it. So there are things that it can come in the move of the generation of the fathers, or come in the move of God, and then something will come that will take away that move. And that's why if you check many times, check around us, check our fathers, check the elders around your society. I don't know if it's your societies, but check them. You find out that many of these fathers, you know, I used to hear a story that somebody, they went to preach in a beer parlor, and then the man was saying, we don't do this thing since. This is the way we do, we don't do them since. So what actually happened now? The story of somebody once upon a time. So there was actually something that ate those years, ate that move, or that thing that God has to do with them. And that was why Joel was sounding an alarm in that time, to make them understand that there is something that these children have lost. There is an order in which these children are not passing through. Have you not been around it? Have you not met people that they say, this Christianity, this tongues, we do, we don't do them since, this thing we don't do them since, we just they start. You have never met people like that? You don't go out for evangelism. You don't go out for evangelism, yeah? There are times like that, you meet people like that. I remember when I gave my life to Christ, there was somebody that, you know, that I came and met them. When I gave my life to Christ, really, I started praying, and I connected to a body of people that were praying. And then there were some set of people that said, forget them, time will come. We can go lose this fire. But those are same people that they are, what God did through them burdened me to go deeper. Are we together right now? But now ask yourself, what actually happened to them? What actually happened to those people? You meet your fathers today, they will tell you that I was the person that received the Bible of Remit. I was the person that hosted the missionaries that brought the gospel to this church. What happened now? That's the question you need to understand. What happened? The cankerworm had eaten those years. So there is something called the caterpillars, the locusts, the cankerworms. They eat the years of people. They eat what God has in store for those people. A move in a generation. That's why there's a book they write, why revivals die.